We are working here in the garage, jamming some tunes, working on pedals. Hope you guys are having a really good Memorial Day weekend. Gonna be working on pedals. We got a lot of cool stuff in stock. Maybe later in the stream, I'll go do a little tour of the shelf and what's in stock ready to ship. But we're gonna just kick it off right here and hope you guys enjoy it. We'll keep an eye on comments. I know it's kind of an interesting time to stream, but you never know. People might have some time. Hey, you were quick on it. Thanks for coming by. This will be the 5th one in stock. I think I went with blue LEDs, but I think we'll find out together. I was going to take a poll and see what people wanted. I like blue with the hammered. I think it looks nice. Yeah. Well, especially stuff like these that have a lot of steps. It's more fun to show on stream. Some stuff kind of builds a little faster. But I don't know. Like creature pedals back in the day, I just had them down and I could crank a ton of them out super fast. That wasn't as entertaining, I don't think, as what I do with some of the other builds. Oh. It's a whole process. There we go. Perfect. There's like an absolute sweet spot with the LED height where it fits perfectly, and that's what I'm aiming for. This is the kind of stuff I look for on other builders' builds. I mean, some of them have really good templates and really good processes. I also check... Oh, hey! We are working on a Fuzz Imp Machina 2. Just putting the final touches on it, so I'll play test it here shortly. But yeah, this is a Fuzz Imp Machina 2. The right side is kind of an overdrive. The left side is a heavy gated fuzz. I have a lot of demos up on this one, but I like showing the process of the live builds for the people sometimes. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to respond. I know there is a lag kind of between the comment section, the stream, and all that stuff, but oh wow, all of a sudden we have a bunch of viewers. How's it going, guys? Working on the Machina 2 here. Just chugging away. We'll play test it here in a minute. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a good, having a good Memorial Day weekend. If you're new to the stream, I'm Justice. I make guitar pedals. My company Fuzz Imp. The website is very simple to get to, fuzzimp.com. But yeah, this is my life. This is what I do. I make guitar pedals that sound crazy. And I work here in the garage, and it's a good time. Made a recent video that people seem to be gravitating to, talking about company Earthquaker. And it was something that's important to me. You know, I also am in that small business space. But yeah, we will just be chugging away here at the builds. For a second it said 20 people. Wonder if I was getting botted or something, but hey, you never know. There'll be some guitar playing, don't worry. We don't all be boring. Hi. Hi. You guys are having a good day? But yeah, I'm having a pretty good day. Just working on my pedals. This is, I'm soldering right now if you're unfamiliar with the process. I hand solder every single component. Yeah, that was a crazy, like, blip in the stream. All of a sudden it was like, whoa. So you'll see me jumping around a lot. One of the things that I have to do sometimes is I have to go between different solder points. Like if a toggle has multiple solder points, you don't want to overheat it by applying too much solder. So what I end up doing is that I only apply heat for a couple of seconds, usually about 1 second. Yeah, exactly. Oh, we got a couple questions. What's your favorite band or singer? What is a good example? I've been listening to BB No Money a lot lately. Oh yeah, this is a guitar pedal. This thing. I'm having quite the time. Surprised we're getting viewers today. That's cool. What are some of your guys' favorite bands and singers? Like, I know what I like, but I go back and forth all the time. I listen to basically a mix of metal, 90s country. I try to keep up on top 40 a little bit. I like artists like Post Malone and Hardy and all kinds of stuff. No, I don't have to read it. This is what we're making. So Machina 2. It sounds really good too. We'll plug it in a minute. Osborne's Red rules, man. I got super into them back in the day. I'm of that age where all the like Warped Tour metalcore stuff really resonated. In my friend group in particular, August Burns Red was really popular. Back then, before Tim went crazy. Oh, I have been listening to some Limp Bizkit. It actually is kind of like the ZVEX Fuzz Factory. It's got more to it. It's 2 circuits, not just the one. But it does some of the similar kind of craziness. Yeah. It is like that. I mean, that's definitely kind of part of my inspiration. I'm actually friends with Mr. Vex on Facebook. We chat sometimes. He's an interesting cat. But yeah, the way mine works is it's 2 totally... Yeah. The way mine works is it's 2 totally different circuits than what that is. What am I doing? I am making guitar pedals. It's cool that we're getting like random people hopping in on the stream. But we'll be jamming in like a little bit. But yeah, the whole Fuzz Imp thing is I sit here and I build the pedals and I have them on my website and it's a good time. Just got to put the jacks and then we'll put the knobs on. But yeah, the reason the Machina 2 is so expensive is, number one, hand-picked and tested germanium transistors. And because of how much time and energy they take. Like, it takes me almost 2 hours to do one end to end. But I have some in stock right now, ready to ship. It's a really good one. But yeah, I like all that kind of music. Like, so I watch a lot of YouTube, like just normally in my everyday life, and listen to a lot of YouTube video essays and stuff like that. But right now, I'll have to look at the name of the band. I think they're a band from Finland that has a female vocalist. And I think it's black metal, but I can't remember. Oh, they're just called Black Spikes is the name of the band. Yeah, I play guitar. I'm about to play guitar a bunch in a minute. We have to finish building the pedal first, though. But I play test every single one after I build them. Happy Saturday. Oh, Mark knows who I'm talking about. Yeah, their new single, the video like popped up on my feed. They're amazing. Just doing some quick visual checks before I move on to the next step. Yeah, I'm building a guitar pedal. All that's left now is to put the knobs on and the back on. I play everything. But my personal music, I have some on the page, on the Fuzz Imp page, under my name, Justice Gash. But I play post rock and like metalcore ish stuff. I was trying to be an instrumental solo artist for a while, but these days I'm so busy with the company that I don't do as much like straight up recording and writing. I'm usually making like shorts and stuff like that. But we'll play some riffs here in a minute, and you'll get an idea of what I'm about. What's interesting about this one is that it's a fuzz, but boosted up, it tightens up for the chugs, and it has a gated feel to it, so it actually is like kind of articulate. Yeah, I make all my own pedals. I mean, I do it for a living, but I also make all my own pedals too. I mean, I get some from other builders sometimes, but no, this is one of my products. We're here in the workshop. I get all my boards made. Takara, I would say the Shrew original. I was just playing some earlier. It's really hard to make it sound bad. It's very user friendly and it has a really wide range of sound in it. The ones that look like, well, here's a shell for one, but the Shrew one is really good for a first Fuzz Imp pedal, and they're on sale right now. Oh yeah, Eric's a bud of mine. Yeah, I would say the Shrew's really good. Bongfire's really good. It's just one knob. It's hard to screw it up. Amity is really good in that same regard. Machina 2 I would not recommend for the first one because so many of the knobs are interactive. It can be a little overwhelming, and it's physically super large. So this is like a standard pedal enclosure next to a Machina 2. But this one I definitely recommend because it's one of my best. It's kind of like a hybrid between an overdrive and a distortion as you crank up the gain. But Sender 5 is also high on my list. That's like a... Oh, sorry. Yes, I own and operate it. I mean, you can look at the website. It's really easy. fuzzimp.com. Fuzzimp.com. You can look up all the products, the prices, and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been doing this since January of 2021, and I made it my effectively full-time job in April of that year. So it's a little over 4 years of doing this full-time. It's been pretty cool. Yeah, thank you. I know it's hard to. That's the biggest challenge, right? Is without a lot of resources, and with like I used to spend a lot more on advertising, but Meta kind of nerfed it. So I try and get involved with some guitar YouTubers, but really, I mean, the greater music space is pretty big, and it's harder to break through because people want big fees and stuff. But I just recently had a big demo on 60 cycle hum with Ryan, the surf guy, and I feel like that went really well. And he did one for me a couple years back that showed off some of my other products. But I used to be known as the Shrew guy because that was my biggest kind of successful pedal. Sorry for those who are waiting for music. This is a little bit of a process, so bear with me. But we're getting there. Oh yeah, right on. Yeah, me and Ryan have been friends for a really long time. And I talked to him for years before I had him do any demos. But that was my original one. Yeah, I know Josh, but he's really busy and he doesn't do things on commission. Like, I can send him stuff, but it's up to them to throw it on a live stream or something. And with how busy he's been, I haven't done it. Yeah, thank you. I know, I do this on Instagram a couple times a week. So that's why I thought, I'll fire it up on YouTube. I haven't in a while. But I like to talk to the customers. Hey, Jim. Jim is a regular. We got some people in chat today, which is really nice. There's a lot of times I'll fire up the stream and stream for close to an hour, and only a couple of my friends will watch it. It's like, we could have just texted. But no, this is my favorite part, is the money is like close second, but the assembly process is really fun for me. So I kind of set it up. I know the camera's in reverse. Here, let's switch views for a second. Okay, this is kind of the default setting I like for Machina 2. Is like these all kind of at 7 and these two at 8 because this is one side and the rest is one side. So keep that in mind. You'll be able to see it a little bit when I plug it in. For sure. No, I have a ton on the website, Johnny. I have a huge archive of YouTube videos for every product. But it's really easy to go. FUZZIMP.com. Every product has at least 4 or 5 demos that are, some of them are short and most are long and in depth. Usually give a pretty good idea. I try to at least upload a couple ones. But yeah, it's really easy to see the different stuff. But we're gonna play test. Hopefully everything works. Perfect. So we're on the right side. The right side with the 2 knobs at 8. Then we got the gain here. So that's the overdrive side. This is the fuzz side. I know, I need to bring the shred back. It's a really good one. We gotta retune. I was doing some aggressive bending earlier, and I actually knocked the... Is this just in drop D? Oh, it is. No wonder it feels weird. Okay. I was learning that switchfoot riff for the video that I did the other day. Let's see if I can play it again live. Oh, I thought this was in half step down. This is just in drop D. But yeah, so you can really tighten up the Machina with both sides on, like this. So I dial it in for this tighter sound, right? But you can start turning the knobs and it'll start doing what it's about to do. it's just some family stuff. I haven't hunted in a long time. Yeah, this is a telly. It's just got a single hot rail and a volume knob, and it's not a super hot rail. It's like medium output. I built this. This is one I use a lot down here because it's just so simple and it feels and plays so good. It's a 90s Squire that this pick guard I got, the control plate I did. It's really not too bad. But yeah, Machina is kind of known for, I designed it to tighten in that like chunky palm muted thing with both sides on. But then there's other people that like the really wild, squealing, experimental side, like because this one is so interactive, it's hard to show it, but I will change the perspective for a second so you can at least see what I'm doing and how it's affecting that. Because every knob is interactive on this. Because it's all like changing how much power is feeding to different parts of the circuit. It's one of those things that it's not as simple as the knob is, like this knob is loud and this one's quiet. But this was the only pedal that's like this besides Creature Pedal. Like basically every knob is like a texture knob instead of a traditional tone knob. I can still kind of see your comments. I'll try and do this as best I can. So hopefully that looks good. Bear with me, this is cell phone streaming audio, but yeah. So like I said, this one is pretty simple. So like it's lower gain, and then it's got like more clipping. And then this is a volume for this side. So that's all this side. That one's pretty easy. This one is a lot more complicated. So this one is the volume knob. And then all these are just changing different aspects of the circuit. This one is a gain knob. This one is like all three of these are feeding different amounts of power into different parts of the circuit. And this switches between the silicon transistor and a germanium transistor when it's up. And so that is what's going on here. And I'll show you why that's. So I'm just adjusting. Dial this way up, it'll start cutting off the signal. But then it was like oh, sorry. I learned that riff the other day. Okay, you start changing the texture. So it's like broken, like cutting off notes. And it's going between two different octaves, so it's kind of like. Yeah, and this is the only one that's wild like this. I mean, the other ones are a lot more conventional in terms of their controls schemes and stuff, but it's just the way this circuit works. Well, circuits, plural, works. That's what makes it so fun. And, you know, for people that they own a lot of pedals, they try some different things. This is one that is like you can keep coming back to it. Even me, like I'll find new settings all the time for Machina 2 that are unusual. Like I have never set them that specific way, but because of how they're so interactive and how they all work, you can kind of find these new textures. Like that time today where I put the soak all the way to the left, I've never actually done that before, where all of a sudden it changed something and I was like, oh, that's really cool. It's like I'm still learning stuff about how this pedal can sound because it's that deep. But it's a fun one. I saw a lot of these. You'd be surprised. I mean, the demos, sometimes I think I always worry that the people will be a little overwhelmed when they get it, but then they seem to enjoy it. But stuff like Sender 5, Amity are a lot more conventional, really simple controls that are easy to understand. So I think that helps with some of that stuff. Whereas this one, I have to sit there and explain it usually. And I maybe show some settings, some example settings, and like how the theory of it works, like dialing out the squealing. But once people get a good grasp of it, they usually keep themselves entertained. Because for me, see, this is the big thing, right? Is that you go and you see these, you get a pedal, and it kind of does the one thing, and it's not a very exciting thing once you kind of figure it out. It's like, okay, it does this, and you can make it a little more or a little less, right? Whereas something like this, you can make it a lot more or a lot more less. And all my pedals are kind of like that. They have a lot of output and a lot of gain potential. Like Shrew is a good example. I was just building one earlier. We'll build the next one and talk about it some more, unless you guys want to hear it first. But this is one, it'll build pretty fast. It's not like the last one. But this one is really cool because it has a really wide range, really easy to use, and it sounds really good. And so, I mean, that's kind of my thing, right? It's like I'm a guy that I want to sit at home and build all different stuff. We are building a Shrew original now. I was building a Machina 2 earlier. So, building guitar pedals. We're here in the workshop. Oh, do you want to see the top-down view while I'm building it? Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. Bear with me, guys. Let me get this set up again. You guys want to see some POV shots? This will take me a second to adjust my little stand. Shrew OG is so good. I mean, I was sitting there playing it on the stream today. So this is the board. I already prepped all this, but I did all this work, you know, soldering all this stuff on. So we'll skip right ahead to the building. What we're doing right now is, it's like a distortion pedal, kind of. It's like a tube screamer for most of its gain range, and then it has way more gain, and it goes into sounding kind of like a Marshall gain channel, so almost like a distortion at the top end of its gain range. It's really simple. It's a volume gain in its own, and it sounds really good. And it's the cheapest pedal on the site right now, too. FuzzImp.com. Lots of demos on this one. This was my first big hit. But it's cool because it does so many things and it's so responsive. Like the pickups you're using and your playing attack, you can roll the volume back and get a little bit less gain. So now we need pots and extension wires. This is going to go to the jacks and the power and stuff. I built a lot of these. So this came out really early on when I was building pedals, and was an immediate smash hit. So this one kept me busy for a long time. Does it get really mean in front of getting amp? Oh, a little bit. It can. It's more, it'll more like boost it into that next level. I mean, you can do the tube screamer thing where you run the gain low and make it a little bright and get some chugs out of a gain sound. Like, it'll do that. But I think it sounds really good on its own too. Like, it has quite a bit of its own gain. If you've heard like an Earthquake or Plumes or something like that, it's like that, but way better sounding. And this is affordable. I think these are $118 right now. with the thing. Free shipping. In the US at least. But the demo rig down here, and I have lots of demos of it in all different situations. This is one that has like the most, does it? I use rosin flux, yeah. Leaded solder, yeah, sorry. It melts so much better, and the rosin core lead solder, and I've never had any issues with it. But I use, I'll show I have a full spool here in a second. I use a Kester, kind of the thinner thickness. But you'll notice I only do the middle lugs for this first step because when I load it into the case, I want to have adjustability to make it all align nicely. So what I found is if you want good knob alignment, you have to get a little bit tricky with it. Right here, I'm setting the depth of the foot switch. I'm moving a little quicker on this one because this is one I do a lot of. Picking out some green LEDs. Oh, I'm just showing what I do for a living. People seem really entertained by it. But the build process is generally pretty interesting, I think. So right now what I'm doing is tensioning the foot switch, so it's all good. Put the power jack in a second. I'll check it in a minute. Oh, that is an idea for sure, Apex. But yeah, I have it. The green LED comes out on his tie, like a tie pin. I will switch the color sometimes. I was gonna use yellow, but I like green. I like green LEDs in general. Yeah, I make a lot of these. I have a few already built. If you guys want to snag one, they'll ship on Tuesday. Yeah, the Shrew and Sender really pair good together. I'll probably show that, Jim. That's a good idea. I have some down here. Once this one is built, I'll show that, because that is a good pairing. I have this white one. No, this one, I'll check this power jack, because I want to use a white one. I might end up using a black one. We'll see. This one looks like it has some strip threads, but... no, it's fine. I don't know. I run my LEDs pretty bright. I sometimes people will put tape over them and stuff, but I don't care. I like it. I like it bright. Just fed that in. My head's in kind of a weird spot with this, with my phone kind of in the way, but we'll figure it out. I actually want to poke that LED slightly through. We'll take our screwdriver here. So there it goes. There's like a slight hiccup in it. See, I'm getting that. I want that bezel looking real nice. Sorry, I'm trying to angle it so you guys can see. There's like a sweet spot to it. And we got to finish soldering the foot switch, but we'll kind of go back and forth because if you put too much temperature on the foot switch, it'll hurt it. It'll overcook it, and it can hurt the internals and melt them so they don't work. So I'll do things like, okay, I'm going to do this lug, come back and we'll hit this one. Come back. Let's see what I'm doing a little bit. Sorry, guys. There we go. I run my, sorry, there was a question about my temp. I run at 390C, which is 734 degrees Fahrenheit. I find that that's a good balance for me of hot enough to melt the solder just right, but I don't fight it too much, but you do have to move pretty fast. I don't like running any lower than that. I mean, I'll run it at 360 sometimes or 330, but I find that that temperature is perfect for this particular solder, which is Kester leaded solder. It's the, yeah, it's got 3.3% flux core. It's the 0.020 inch. Always wash your hands after you use that stuff. Okay, now we're ready for jacks. These ones do have internal adjustable trim pot for gain, but I usually don't have to mess with it too much with this particular transistor, the JFET that shapes the gain, internal gain. So I probably won't have to switch that, but we'll test it and make sure. For whatever reason, the factory middle setting is almost perfect for these, but I'll do a little bit of adjustment if it needs it. This operation is a pretty good one. Let's see if you guys can see it. So, get a little preloaded on the jack. There we go. That got it. Oh, I didn't get enough solder. One sec. There's like a sweet spot to this where it has to be exactly right. There we go. Kind of laying it flat against the flat of the iron. I use the Phillips head bit because you can kind of roll it and adjust your angles. And what I'm doing is just trying to feed that solder on there a certain way so it kind of pulls around it and locks in good. I like this particular jack. I do use a box jack sometimes for this size case. But with Shrew's, there doesn't seem to be as much of an issue with internal crowding on these, so I'm okay on that. We are so close. So, gotta let that cool for a second and lock in. Just did the jacks. Let's clip these. I might hit this foot switch joint just a little bit more right here. Perfect. Okay, now ready to install jacks. Lock them in. This one I will leave the back off before I put the knobs on in case I need to adjust this internal trim pot. But knowing how these builds typically go, I probably won't have to, but we'll see. But I do make sure that I put the lid on the back to make sure that nothing is shorting out to the back while I'm testing it. And we'll put some knobs on. Give me 1 sec to get the green ones out of my bag. 1 sec. Okay. This is just a little bag in a box full of big bags, so I have to, there it is. Got our goodies. Perfect. So my starting setting with these is this. This is volume, gain, and tone. I like starting around 4 or 5 and then around 8 on these. Plug in power first. Make sure that it's lighting up. Good sign. The switch feels good. Ready to audio test. There is a chance I need to adjust the internal trim pot, but there's a good chance I won't have to. So we'll see. Been getting lucky the last couple builds. Nope. No copyright issues. So clean. This is the tone that I have cranked up pretty high because it can run a little dark with this particular setup. So like I was saying, this is gain. Like, this is tone, so. So one cool thing about this pedal, I just rolled the volume back on my guitar, right? So yeah, that's a Shrew original. We'll sign and date it as a team. So this is the 225th pedal that's been built this year. So this is how the scheme goes. It's 5, 25, 225. Signed. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Yeah, but to answer the earlier question, there is no copyright issues because the name's spelled wrong. This is fan art. And technically, I think this could probably be something, but it's spelled wrong as well. So far, I haven't been sued. I've had these out for a few years. So I think because there's just so much fan art, merch in the office space, they're not worried about chasing me down. So, but I have made a lot of these pedals. There's a bunch of them all over the world. So hopefully, I can continue to make them. There was a Shrew too that existed for a while. That's pretty cool. I showed this earlier in the stream. This is the one downside of white powder coat. So let me show you this real quick. So see how there's a little bit of paint in the threads. So what I have to do sometimes is get this little guy and carefully rethread it, which you're really supposed to do with a hand tool, but I'm pretty careful. Oh yeah, no it does. Because it has so much more gain and it has like so much more usable range in it. It's less of a clean boost, like it doesn't go as clean. Here, I'll turn it back on and we'll go back to like the clean range. Like this is the gain knob. In this range, it sounds okay. It's not as clean, but that's when you have that much gain. Oh yeah, but it's been 4 years. I think we're okay. We're okay so far. We'll probably be okay for a while. Just nobody snitching. So like I was saying, because even min gained. So this is the other thing. Both the tone knob and the volume knob also increase gain. So you can get like this insane amount of maximum gain by cranking all of them. I don't know if I can do it in the garage today. Well, let's just see. I was doing a riff like. How's it go? There it is. So yeah, does all the things, palm mutes, All that stuff sounds super good. Well, we've been live for about an hour. You guys got to go check out fuzzimp.com. Go snag something. I'll ship it to you, especially if it's anything that you saw built. But, let's go do a quick tour of the shelf and see what's in stock. I'll explain it as we go. So like what we built earlier was this Machina 2. And that'll go in a box, obviously. But in this stack here, you can see all these are built, ready to ship Machina 2s. I got 4 more. Amity is my dual overdrive, so it's got 2 4-knob overdrives that are differently voiced. Really cool pedal. I have a white one here and 2 hammered. I'm going to be building some more this weekend. Got Sender 5 and hammered. That's the one that looks like this. It's got my muff circuit with 2 boosts. You have a pre-boost and a post-boost. 6-way clipping between these 2 toggles. Really cool pedal. And then down here, we're going to have more Shrewts, and I also have my Echo Moon delay pedal in stock. So definitely a lot that you can get right now and get it shipped right away. Reminder that Monday is the holiday, so it'll be right after that. It'll be dropped off, but it's in stock and ready to go, which is really exciting. So hopefully you all enjoyed that stream today. We made a Shrew, we made a Machina 2, we had a good time. And I had fun, and that's all that matters, is if you have fun doing what you love. And I did. I think I went straight from a Instagram live stream to this one, so it's been a bit of a day. So definitely have a good weekend. Check out the website, fuzzimp.com, and we will see you soon. I think I pinned a link in the description, but I don't know if it'll click it. But yeah, thanks for coming by, everybody.